Good morning. Welcome to our daily devotion. It is Friday, April 2nd. We're in the month of April now. How many of you got April Fooled yesterday? I know I did. Seems like it's always a big deal. Some people really take that seriously. As I mentioned before, I didn't do it because I've done it in the past and it's backfired where people believed me and then I had a hard time convincing them otherwise. I was thinking of coming online and telling everybody that I was resigning, going to quit, and I thought that would probably backfire. So anyway, thank you to those of you that continue to watch these devotions. Good morning, Marcy. Morning, Paul. Paul, you are so committed. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Okay. Good morning, Veronica. Morning, Will. You too. Guys, everyone here watching this is so committed. It inspires me. It encourages me. It motivates me. So thank you so much. We're in Matthew chapter 13. I'm going to read verses 47 through 52. This is Jesus again telling a parable. Okay. And he again explains what the kingdom of heaven is like compared to the kingdom here on earth. He says, once again, the kingdom of heaven is like a net that was let down into the lake and caught all kinds of fish. When it was full, the fishermen pulled it up on the shore. Then they sat down and collected the good fish in baskets and threw the bad away. This is how it will be at the end of the age. The angels will come and separate the wicked from the righteous and throw them into the fiery furnace, where there'll be a weeping and gnashing of teeth. Have you understood all these things? Jesus asked. Yes, they replied. He said to them, therefore, every teacher of the law who has been instructed about the kingdom of heaven is like the owner of a house who brings out of his storeroom new treasures as well as old. So Jesus here is explaining that the kingdom of heaven will consist of a judgment day, which we all know. We've all studied that. We've all heard that many times, where the saved and the unsaved will be separated. Jesus tells the story of separating the sheep from the goats later on. We'll be studying that. Verse 50 describes what it will be like for the unsaved. Listen what he says. They will throw them into the fiery furnace where there will be the weeping and gnashing of teeth. The weeping and gnashing of teeth. What does that mean? Have you ever, I'm sure I bet you guys have done this. I know I have. Good morning, Christina. Where you're hammering and you miss the nail that you're hammering and you hit your thumbnail and you go, ouch! Right? That's a little bit of what Jesus is describing here. Only it's going to be much more severe because of what they're witnessing, what's going to happen with them. It says there'll be the weeping and gnashing of teeth. Boy, that's a mean explanation of what it's like going to hell. And remember what Jesus told us earlier, that's where most people are going to end up going. Let me read it again to you here in chapter 7. It says, Jesus says, not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven. Not everyone. It says, many will tell me at that time, Lord, we did this, we did that, we did this. And Jesus will tell them plainly, I never knew you. Away from me, you evildoers. It's like Judgment Day is going to be, it's going to be unbelievable, I guess. It's something that's going to happen to everybody that's ever lived. There's going to be a judgment day. I have a little bit of an idea what that's going to be like for the bad news for people that think they're going to go to heaven and end up not going to heaven. As you all know, I took a contractor's test and I had to retake it this last time. I retook it Tuesday, and I was so confident this time. I was so confident. I thought that I knew the answers. I thought I was doing okay. And at the end of a test, you just have to push the end, and then it pops up, pass or fail. And I was confident, very confident, and I pushed that button, and up popped failed. And I was just taken back. I was just stunned. I was like, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. I can imagine that's just a tiny bit of what it's probably going to feel like for people in Judgment Day, thinking that they're going to go to heaven and to see the words pop up, failed. Wow. I can imagine the gnashing of teeth. I can just imagine the weeping. That's what I wanted to do when I saw the failed pop up. Now, I realize that for those that are saved, for those of us saved, it's going to be glorious. It's going to be glorious. We may not, we may not have to witness all of that. I don't know. I don't know. But I can imagine what it's like, what it would be like to hear those dreadful words of Jesus, go away. I never knew you. I can only imagine. I can imagine this. And I've thought of this many times. In fact, I remember when I was at Rosewood Church, Pat Verhoeven, if she's watching this, was involved in a skit where they performed this, and it was powerful. It was powerful. It was piercing, and this is what it was about. It was about the saved, an angel coming to receive the saved and take them off into heaven, and then a demon coming to take the unsaved to lead them into hell. Now her skit was a little different. It was like a bus ride or a train ride where people were getting off that were going to heaven, and the ones that weren't were being left on the train. And I remember the piercing part of it all was she played the part of someone that was not saved, and when someone she knew was getting off the train, she turned to him and said, "You knew how to be saved? Why didn't you tell me?" And it was just like piercing. It was piercing when you were sitting there. It was just kind of like, wow, well, why didn't we tell them? Why didn't we tell them? And as a result, there's going to be the weeping and the gnashing of teeth. Oh, wow. I was at the park last night. It was dark already. I go there to work out. I go at night because it's cool, because it's been hot during the day, so I go at night when it's cool. And as I was working out, there was a couple walking by, and I saw him handing out tracts to others, and he came to offer me the tract. And I said, "Oh, I'm a pastor." And we had a good conversation, but he gave it to me anyway, the tract, and I thought, wow, here's this couple walking through the park, getting their exercise, giving a tract to everybody that they see. Now, chances are they're never going to see that person again. Chances are they will never see that person again, but they don't know what the words in this tract might do to someone that's not saved. And I thought, wow, God bless that couple. God bless that couple for caring enough to pass out tracts to people, hoping that maybe someone will read this tract and give their life to the Lord. And it kind of like hit me. It's kind of like, gosh, that's something all of us could do. And I watched as there was probably like 4 other people, and before he came to me, and then there was one after he had left me. And as I was walking up there, I saw him giving them to them, and there wasn't any of them that didn't take it. All he said is, "Can I give you this little gift?" And they took it. And I remember seeing this one person there, and it was dark. I don't know how he was able to read, but he was opening it up, looking at it. And then after he gave me mine, I saw him go a little further and hand one to a woman that was walking with her dog. And I thought, wow, there's someone that cares. There's someone that cares. That's something we could all do. I'm gonna, when we get back together again, I know the person that does these tracts, Ray Comfort. I met him years ago. I met him. He lived in Bellflower, and he was a street evangelist. and he had a team, and one of the Rick Hart, one of the his kids who were involved in my youth group. They were neighbors at one time, and he was very involved in the ministry. So I know Ray, and I've used his analogies different times in my messages. So I'm going to get a hold of these little tracts, and it's something that all of us could carry with us and just give to people. It reads how to be free from the fear of death, something that we've been talking about recently. So God kind of hit me on the head of something that we all could do. And here's what would be amazing. Here's what would be amazing. I mean, I don't know what Judgment Day is going to be like. We just get pictures of it. But could you imagine being led by an angel to heaven and another person next to you being led by an angel turning to you and saying, thanks for that tract that you gave me in the park? Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? Thanks for the tract that you gave me in the park. Wow. God bless you for caring. I'm going to be calling the New Life Church today. I tried to get a hold of the person yesterday. They weren't in the office, to find out if we can get more information on the possibility of when we could meet, when the restrictions will lift. So be praying about that, okay? And then thank you for those of you that have cared about me and my position that I'm in now. I can feel your prayers. You bless, many of you have blessed me financially. I'm overwhelmed and humbled. I want you to know that. So God bless you all. Have a great day. Share this if it meant something to you. And I'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, for our next daily devotion. Have a great day, everybody.